common pollutants and their sources. So first of all, SPM. The meaning of SPM is suspended particle matter. When the pollutants will be in the air, it will be suspended into the air and it will go. If we are breathing into the air, then along with the air it will go to our lungs and it will cause us harmful disease. So this particulate matter are known as suspended particulate matter. This matter will comes out from automobile, power plant and types of boiler industries. Then comes chlorine. Chlorine pollution comes out from sea salt production, biomass burning, pulp and paper mill. Then comes fluorine. So fluorine is coming out from the fertilizer, aluminium refining. Now meaning of refining is in the industry when we are refining aluminium. Aluminium is a metal, we have to extract aluminium from the other impurities. That is known as aluminium refining. When any metal we are extracting from its impurity and we are taking away the pure form of metal, that is refining. So aluminium refining means purification of aluminium. So in that process the fluorine will comes out and it is causing fluorine pollution. Then lead. Lead is also a metal that is as a pollutant. So it comes out from ore refining and battery manufacturing. SO2, sulfur dioxide. This pollution comes out from power plant, sulfuric acid manufacturer and petroleum refining. Then nitrogen oxide and nitrogen dioxide. They comes out from automobile burning, power plant, nitric acid manufacturing industries. Then PAN. PAN means peroxy acetyl nitrate. This is secondary pollutant. Now what is the meaning of secondary pollutant? There are two types of pollutant, primary pollutant and secondary pollutant. Primary pollutant are like chlorine, fluorine. They are the pollutants. They are the main pollutants. Whereas the secondary pollutants they are not the main pollutant, but when the primary pollutant will react with atmospheric gases, they will generate some other material, some other substances. They are known as secondary pollutants. So they are the result of the primary pollutants reaction in the environment. So that's why they are known as secondary pollutant. So one secondary pollutant is PAN, that is peroxy acetyl nitrate. Then comes carbon monoxide. So it comes out from automobile and incomplete fuel combustion. Now when carbon monoxide will be generated from the combustion means we are burning something into the air. When sufficient amount of oxygen is not there in that burning process, it will not generate carbon dioxide. We know that when any burning will happen, it will generate carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide formula is CO2, which has 2 atoms of oxygen. But when sufficient amount of oxygen will not be there into the air and burning will happen, then it will not produce carbon dioxide, it will produce carbon monoxide with 1 oxygen atom. And carbon monoxide is deadly for human, it can kill us, whereas carbon dioxide cannot kill us. So carbon monoxide is considered as a harmful pollutant. Then comes NH3, ammonia. Fertilizers, decomposition of dead and decaying material, the ammonia will be generated into the environment and that causes the pollution. Hello students, do you want to excel in maths and science? We have some don't memorize courses for you which can help you in preparation of maths and science. I have given the links in the description and you can avail 90% of the discount from all these courses. And if you will use this coupon code, you will get extra 10% discount on all the courses. Don't memorize courses are part of Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya. Now let us talk about the tragedy happened in India that is termed as Bhopal gas tragedy. So this happened on 2nd December 1984. This tragedy happened due to the lack of safety measures and irresponsibility of emitting pollutants. They were not handling the safety measures properly and they were irresponsible for the pollutants what they are leaving into the air. And this happened on 2nd December 1984 and due to this tragedy 3,000 human beings died and 5,000 were paralyzed. Whereas thousands of cattle, dogs and cats died in just one night. and this happens due to the leakage of methyl isocyanate. It is also termed as MIC, from an insecticide factory. So methyl isocyanate was leaked. So the leakage of methyl isocyanate caused this tragedy in that thousands of human beings got killed in just one night. And this happens because of the lack of safety measures and irresponsibility of emitting pollutants. Now our next topic is the story of river Musi, and which is indeed a very sad story. That Musi river is situated in the Hyderabad, and Hyderabad has grown in size over a period of time, and it has emerged as a global megacity. Now, so over the years, it has taken a long distant water projects based on river Musi, because this river Musi had a lot of water. So some projects have been established to use the water wisely. So these projects are depending upon the river Musi. Now thousands of people are depending upon this river for their daily need. Obviously, when river is big, it has a lot of water. When some projects are established based on its water, then its water is very important for thousands of people, because they are using this water for their daily routine life and their daily purposes. But the problem arises when this river Musi's water has become pollutant and this water was no longer for the use. Now let us get into the next segment, and we will see that how this water has become polluted and what government has done to make it free from the pollutants. So what was the cause of pollution of river Musi? So first is, Musi has been polluted for many years. People living near the river throw large quantities of garbage, untreated sewage water, industrial waste, polythene bags and dead bodies. They were throwing all this material into the river. And this happened for many years. Many other material directly also they were throwing into the river. And this caused lot of harm to the river, and river eventually became so polluted that the water of the river was no longer good for the drinking purpose. So to make river pollution free, government has planned some of the action plans. These are some of the plans on which government has acted, and combinedly it was called Musi Reservoir Action Plan projects. So government has run all this project and government tried to make Musi river pollution free. The first was solid waste management. So all those solid waste was there that we are termed that as dry waste, polythene bag, cardboard, paper. All this waste has been segregated and it will get disposed carefully so that it will not get mixed with the river water. Second is installation of sewage treatment plant. Earlier, people were leaving the sewage water directly to the river. So after this, government has installed sewage treatment plant in which the sewage water will get treated once it will be clear and harmless. Then only they will discard this water. Third is provision of low-cost sanitary facilities. These facilities indeed were very helpful because people have started using these facilities and they were stopped polluting the river water. Then fourth, development of riverfront. Once the riverfront will get developed, people will start using that riverfront for their recreation activity. They will get aware about the importance of the river and they will use the natural resources wisely. Then last is efforts to develop public awareness. By gaining awareness and by gaining the confidence among the people, you can establish all this project and you can run all this project successfully once the public awareness will come. Once the public will get to know that by causing harm to the river, it is ultimately us who will not get the drinking water. So by creating public awareness, government can run all this project successfully. Our next topic is where all this pollution is coming from. What are the root causes for this pollution? So there are basically two sources of pollutions are there. First is definite and second is non-definite. So definite pollutions are discharges from a single source. For example, one industrial site will be there and that industry is causing the pollution. Some SPM, that means suspended particulate matter, they are living into the air or they are generating some of the waste, liquid waste, which we have to treat and then we have to discard it. So that source is the indigenous source, that is the only source, and we can locate the source of pollution, that this pollution is coming from this site. So that is known as definite pollution, where we can define, where we can locate the pollution, that this pollution is coming from this specific site. So that is known as definite pollution. Again, the discharging pollutant into the water sources. So all these type of pollutions are known as definite pollution. Now, non-definite source of pollution means a small sources that combines to cause significant pollution. For example, the rainwater is flowing and it is taking along with the fertilizer, herbicide, insecticide, pesticide, all this pollution along with the rainwater, and it will go and mixed with the reservoir like lake and pond and some river. So in that we cannot locate that from where this process of pesticide or herbicide or chemicals have come from. For example, movement of rain or irrigation water picks up pollutants like fertilizer, pesticide, carries them till the reservoir. It is difficult to identify and we cannot trace it back that from where this pollution has come. So there are two types of pollution: definite, which you can locate the site, which you can trace the source of the pollution. Non-definite means you cannot locate the site, you cannot trace the location of the pollution, and it will get mixed with the reservoir directly. Now let us look into the types of pollution. So first is biodegradable waste. So this waste consists of humans and animal waste. So this is basically a organic matter. So this will give energy to bacteria. Bacteria will utilize this organic matter and they will multiply. And they will convert this into organic carbon. But this form of organic carbon is harmful. It will cause acid rain. This pollution will also use all the oxygen, and the oxygen level will be less into that reservoir, and because of that it will cause harm to the aquatic animals, because aquatic animals will use the dissolved oxygen. That dissolved oxygen has already been used up by the bacteria for this degradation. So now the available oxygen is less for the aquatic life, and the aquatic life will suffer because of this organic carbon and this organic matter which has been mixed into the reservoir. Then second is plant nutrients. We know that for the healthy growth of plant we are using many pesticide, herbicide and fertilizer. Eventually all these materials, all these chemicals will washed along with the river water, go and mixed with the reservoir. Some of the chemicals like phosphate and nitrate will generate algae and bacterial growth into the reservoir. Now due to the growth of algae, the water will turn green and it will smell bad. In this reservoir now aquatic life cannot survive because all this oxygen is being used up by the organic matter and algae. Now the third point is heat. The heat will cause decrease in dissolved oxygen level. We know that dissolved oxygen is important for aquatic life. They are using this dissolved oxygen and they are surviving into this reservoir. Heat will increase after certain level. It will reduce the level of oxygen into the reservoir. This is also known as thermal pollution. When certain hot chemicals or hot water will released into the reservoir, it will immediately change the temperature of the reservoir. This can cause deadly harm to the aquatic animals. Fourth is a sediment. Now the meaning of sediment is the waste is coming from the non-definite sources. This is a waste coming from construction, agriculture and lodging sites. It will clog the municipal water system and water will get turbid. So water will not be useful for routine use. Then comes harmful chemicals and hazardous material. So examples of these harmful chemicals are alkali metals, lead and arsenic. Then next is pharmaceutical. When medication, lotion, soap, manufacturing industries are not discarding their waste properly, they are creating air, land and water pollution. So all these types of pollution which are from the definite sources and non-definite sources, they are causing tremendous harm to air, water and land.